rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledged knowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rock Knicks Universal main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime show, the Knicks at Night podcast. Salute, salute, salute. Andios is in the building. Salute. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. Salute. Virtuoso, what's good, man? I see you. Alfonso Scott is in the building. Kev Guapo is in the building. What's good? What's good? I'm imagining by the time you guys get here, that you guys have probably seen like all the box score joints. It would like what people talking about the box score, who had such and such amount of points, and who was an impact player, such and such play. And blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say to that, I will say this. The box score is a thing, but I'm going to say to that, let me see, where is the box score? I want to find it before I speak to it. All right, come on. Come on, there we go. It should be up here somewhere. Come on. Okay. So, oh, there it is. Okay, so now it was just being weird. Okay. So the first thing I want to say is this. Or let me salute. White Mike is in the building. Just Knicks is in the building. Salute, y'all. Rel is in the building. Salute. So to that, I will say this. I think the Knicks are starting to dispel the narrative about not having the best player on the floor at times. Y'all remember when the conversation was yo, the reason why the Knicks lose is because we never have the best player on the floor, and some nights other teams have the best two players. Y'all remember when that was the conversation? Anybody remember that when that was the conversation? The Knicks couldn't win because a lot of times the Knicks never had the best player on the floor, and at times never had the best two players on the floor. And I legit think we're at a place right now where we can legit say that a lot of times we may have the best player on the floor, right? And not just because of scoring, right? Not just because of scoring, because Jaylen Brunson had 43 against the Milwaukee Bucks, right? He had 43 against the Bucks, right? But to me, I think the best part of his game is he went into halftime with 1 assist, down 11. Salute to Rel. Rel is in the building. Salute, big homie. Rel is in the building. Make sure y'all check out We Talk Mavs. Right, those are our brothers. We're way past overdue for a link up or a crossover or something. Make sure you check out Rel and King Kai. Make sure you also check out our man Demand. We Talk Hawks TV. Also I got a Gregory Castillo and Sons. I mean Sons. Spurs versus everyone. Big Tone, Open Sports Talk, all those guys. Jen at Eat Sleep Sixers. All the man, it's a lot of great content creators out here, man. Salute to them all, but especially salute to our family members. We Talk Mavs and We Talk Hawks TV. Right. Here's the thing. And I don't want to sound like a homer, right? I don't want to sound like a homer, right? But hear me out on this. Jaylen Brunson went into the half with 1 assist, and the Knicks were down by 11 or so, whatever. It was a big score. It was a big score, right? White Mike said what? White Mike says, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't see it at first, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Hey, Jeremy, I'm gonna get to that, brother. I'm gonna get to that. Just give me a few. I want to get past beyond this right here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna star your comment, right, and we'll circle back to that one. But here's the thing. 2 things happened today, and if you're a Knicks fan, you should be excited. For one, the third quarter apocalypse seems to have been removed, right? If you've been a Knicks fan for longer than 6 months, you know most of the times in the Tom Thibodeau regime that the Knicks come out of halftime, the third quarter, slow, despondent, groggy, whatever, foggy, zombie-like, right? In third quarters, right? But since about, I'm going to say December, even though I don't have an exact date, right? But since about December, the Knicks have gotten out of that trance in the third quarter, right? So the Knicks, for the most part, now are a third quarter team, a second half team for the most part. Right? So that's one thing you should be enthused about. One thing you may not even temper your enthusiasm about, because that's real. The second thing you should realize is Jaylen Brunson has become one heck of a playmaker with the basketball. Right? Last year, it was all scoring, 3-point shooting, right? This year, it's playmaking, passing, 3-point shooting, scoring. Jaylen Brunson in my mind, is a top 4 MVP candidate. I think the award basically has already been given to Jokic. Right? And the two runner-ups to Jokic are SGA and Luka. I'd personally like to think that Jaylen Brunson is on that level of SGA and Luka in terms of impact. He's not on Luka's level in terms of talent. Don't be ridiculous. Right? Let's not be ridiculous. Right? But is he on that level of an SGA in terms of impact? In terms of talent? I think so. If Jaylen Brunson were 6'6", he'd probably be SGA. And when you ask the question, who is the most valuable player of the league? You have to ask yourself, what does that mean exactly? Are you the most valuable player of every team? If that's the question, no, he's not the MVP. If you're asking, is Jaylen Brunson the most valuable player of the Knicks? And does he make the Knicks relevant? Exactly, he is. If you're asking me, how many teams would Jaylen Brunson start at point guard for? I would legit say 80% of the teams in the league, Jaylen Brunson will start at point guard for them. 80% of them, including the team we beat tonight. Right? But it's hard to say. Where Jaylen Brunson is in terms of a Steph Curry. Right now, I think Brunson is better than Steph Curry right now. Right? But it's not like, I think Jaylen Brunson is in a groove. Jaylen Brunson is in a groove. He's in a certain pocket. He's in a certain bag. Is he better than Steph Curry all time? Hell no. We don't want to be ridiculous. But if you're asking me today, would Jaylen Brunson start at point guard for the Golden State Warriors? I would say yes. As a matter of fact, I think they would bump Steph to the 2 probably. They'd probably coexist. Right? Right. Even Rel said it. Now, when you talk about value, the most valuable player, to me, that is a nebulous description of the player that might be playing the best basketball for 65, 70 games. Right now, I honestly believe the league MVP is Luka. But when you watch Jokic on a night-to-night basis, it's undeniable how he impacts that team. And I think it's as simple as this. If Jaylen Brunson were to go down with an injury, would the Knicks be able to function at a high level? Absolutely not. If Luka goes down with a season injury. And we hope, and we don't wish that on anybody. We don't wish that on anybody, right? But if Luka was to go down, right, I think they could survive with Kyrie Irving at the point handling stuff. I think they could survive. Notice I didn't say thrive. I said they survive. If Jaylen Brunson went down, we're sunk. We're done. It's finished. It's over. Right? If Jokic were to go down in Denver, I think they could survive, but they wouldn't thrive. Right? If Joel Embiid for the Sixers went down, I think they'd be done. And he's the reigning MVP. And you saw it. You saw it for yourself when they were the 3 seed in the East. JoJo gets hurt, and now they're the 8 seed. JoJo returns. Now they won 5 in a row. They're as hot as fish grease right now. Right? The Sixers right now are the team you don't want to see in the first round. You don't want to see the Sixers in the first round. Or the second round, for that matter. My thing with Jaylen Brunson, and I said it in the video this morning, I don't know if it was a popular take or not. I don't really care. I don't really care. I think, and this is me speaking as a NBA fan also, Jaylen Brunson is playing the best basketball of his career right at this very moment. At this very moment. And you don't have to look at numbers, though they do support the argument, right? You don't have to look at minutes played. You don't have to look at wins and losses. All you have to do is look at or follow the flow of the game. Does Jaylen Brunson right now makes others around him better right now? Whereas last year, I couldn't say that, right? Last year, Jaylen Brunson was getting himself better. He was improving, right? He had to learn how to be the primary ball handler. He had to learn how to be the focal point of an offense. He had to learn how to play within an offense and defense on another franchise. He had to learn those things, right? And it's a human thing, right? We're all human. Nobody jumps into the catbird seat and learns it straight away. Miguel P is in the building. DSJ, what's good, man? I see you. King Ribby RM is in the building. B Willis, what's happening? Jarvis LaFleur is in the building. Salute to all my people from the boot. To Die For is in the building. Jaylen Brunson is doing things right now on the basketball court that he didn't do this time last year. Is he a Kyrie Irving type passer? No. Is he a Luka, Halliburton, Trae Young, Darius Garland type passer? No. Is he a work in progress? Is he a work in progress? Absolutely. He's a work in progress. DSJ is in the building. He asked, can a player make others around him better while learning how to win together? Absolutely. I think that's what you're seeing. Right? And I think that question is subjective to the subjects that are involved in the trial that you mentioned. Right? It's subjective to the subjects of the trial that you mentioned. Right? If you ask me, Can Julius Randle make others around him better while still learning how to win together? I would say no. But if you insert Jalen Brunson right here, can Jalen Brunson make others around him better while still learning how to win together? I would say absolutely. And that's no knock on Julius Randle. When I answer that question in that manner, that's, hey, they play two different positions. Jalen Brunson's job as the point guard is to be a leader and make others better. So can he do that while still scoring and getting better himself and learning how to win? Yes. Julius Randle, on the other hand, is a grinder, do all the dirty work guy. It's as simple as this. Jalen Brunson is white collar. Julius Randle is blue collar. Right? If you look at it that way, right? Brunson is administrative, kind of. Randle is, yeah, blue collar. If you just look at it that way, right? And so while Jalen Brunson is probably the best version of Jalen Brunson that he's ever been, he still has a lot to learn, which if you're a Knicks fan, you should be very excited about this premise that Jalen Brunson has a lot of room for improvement. But Jalen Brunson is still probably going to be first team All-NBA. Jalen Brunson's an all-star. So even with all of that, the mere fact that Jalen Brunson can get better, bruh. Next, hey, would it be out of the realm of possibility to say next season Jalen Brunson can be a 28, 8, and 5 player in the NBA? Can Jalen Brunson become a 28, 8, and 5 player on 40% shooting from three? If he does, he's the league MVP. If Jalen Brunson averages 28, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and shoots 40% from three, he's the league MVP next year. But before we jump out of one boat into another, let me tell you what I think I saw tonight. I think legit what we saw tonight is the Knicks sending a message to the Milwaukee Bucks that we started at the bottom, now we here. We started at the bottom, now we here, right? Here's the thing. If you're Milwaukee, you should be frustrated by this loss because you lost to the Knicks with Mitchell Robinson probably at about 50%, OG Anunoby at about 50%, working their way back from injury, and their all-star out for the season. But you, on the other hand, entered the game completely healthy. And I know Chris Middleton left the game for precautionary reasons and things of that sort. You know, he got hit in the mouth. He was bleeding pretty good, and he didn't return. Right? But you, Milwaukee Bucks, entered the game completely healthy. The Knicks, OG Anunoby about 50%. Right? OG Anunoby about 50%. Mitch about 50%. Randle out for the year. Hey, this is a great question, John. Hey, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna star that, and then I'm gonna just come back to it. If you are the Bucks and saw what you saw tonight, you should be concerned. Because what I saw tonight is Giannis ripping his way to the rim, getting blocked by Mitchell Robinson at 50%. What I saw is Giannis getting what he wanted when he was guarded by Josh Hart, but when he was guarded by OG Anunoby, there was a different outcome, whatever you want to call it. Did he score on OG Anunoby? Yes. How much did he have to work, though, to score on OG Anunoby? How much did he have to work to score on OG Anunoby? Here's another thing, too, that I want to point out. You didn't see much Precious Achiuwa tonight. You didn't see Alec Burks tonight. So if you're Milwaukee, you should be very, very concerned that the Knicks may be figuring some things out internally. Now, am I saying the Knicks are better without Randall? Absolutely not. That's not even a part of the conversation. Y'all know I love Julius Randle. That's my guy. Randall's my guy, right? So that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this group of guys are figuring out what they are needing to do in order to make in-game adjustments and overcome the opposing team strategy in-game. Now, before we start, stuff like, oh, the Knicks are gonna win 50 games, the Knicks are gonna run the table. Chicago, watch out Tuesday. I don't want to go there with all of that. What I would like to do though, is point out the fact that I think they are figuring out some stuff. And the thing I think they're figuring out is if teams trap Jaylen Brunson retreat dribbles to open space, right? Open space, and whoever the outlet is occupies the space that's open, right? Catches the pass from Brunson, gets it to Hartenstein for Hartenstein's floater in the paint. And I know you saw this numerous times, right? Maybe you didn't know what was happening, but I know you saw the end result. You saw Hartenstein with floaters in the paint. We don't have to. That's not even a discussion, a point worth discussing. You saw, if you watch the game, you saw Hartenstein multiple times with the floater, push shot, granny shot in the paint. When teams trap Brunson, that is their go-to. Right? Now, when teams trap Brunson and Mitch is on the floor, what you're going to see is Dante or Josh Hart on opposite wings. One of those brothers are going to have a wide open three. Right? You're going to see OG Anunoby come up top, and he is going to make a pass to DiVincenzo or Hart, or you're going to see Hart come up and get that outlet pass and pass to either Dante or OG Anunoby for wide open threes. Either way, what we're seeing is that the Knicks have figured out how to stop teams from trapping Jaylen Brunson. And I don't have to tell you this. You saw them trap Jaylen. When Jaylen Brunson got hot, you saw Dante DiVincenzo warm up from three. Is that not what you saw? When Jaylen Brunson was cooking them, when Jaylen Brunson had about 28, 30 points, and you saw them dragging two defenders, the guy they call Ajax, number 44, the light-skinned dude with all the hair, when you saw him coming across for the double, all of a sudden you saw Dante DiVincenzo catch fire from three. And I don't mean to be all blah-bitty, 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 blah about like basketball talk. What I'm saying is the Knicks and this personnel groupings are starting to figure it out. Here's another thing I want to state before I go to those comments that I put a star by, right? Bogdanovic is looking kind of confident out there. I put on Twitter, on X, I changed his name to Booyah Bogdanovic. I thought that was cute in the moment, right? I don't know how it sounds now, right? But I stopped calling him Bogey and started calling him Booyah. Booyah Bogdanovic, right? Because a lot of those shots he was making were clutch. And he was confident. Every time he took a shot, I was like, Booyah. Booyah. Booyah Bogdanovic. You know you made it in New York when you get a nickname. Booyah Bogdanovic. That's something. It was good to see Bogdanovic out there playing with confidence, right? Confidently getting to his spots, confidently taking those shots, and confidently defending. Confidently out there defending. Is he a good defender? No, absolutely not. But he was trying. King Imbert says Bodega was cooking when we needed him to. Bodega Bogdanovic. That's his name now, Bodega Bogdanovic. And B. Willis says, all we need is our players to get healthier. That's it. That's it. All right, so I saw a couple of comments. I'll start them really quick. And so I'm going to go in reverse order. I'm going to do Jarvis first and then Jeremy. Jeremy says, do you think Bogey is starting to find his place in the offense while developing a rhythm, or is he being utilized by the Knicks better, and that is more of a factor? How about we say this? I think he just had to figure out his place on the team. I think he had to figure out his place on the team. Right? When you said, do you think Bogey is starting to find his place? I'm going to go with option A. I think he's starting to find his place. I think he's starting to find his place on his team. Torres is in the building. Salute. And Jeremy asked in the very beginning of the live stream, he asked me, you scared of Philly? And my answer is yes. My answer is yes. Right? And not scared of Philly in not scared of Philly in a is their personnel grouping better than our personnel groupings and blah 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 blah. Nah. I think Philly just caught fire at the right time. Generally, when teams catch fire at the right time, they are a headache to deal with. And y'all know this for all the years that we watched the Miami Heat get hot this time of year. Right? And wreck shop. Wapo is in the building. Jet Life for Life is in the building. It's not because I fear Nick Nurse or I fear Joel Embiid. It's that I fear teams that start clicking at the right time. They generally stay clicking. Right? They generally stay hot. And so I don't want to see Philly until they cool off, until they get back to normal. Whatever their normal is, I don't want to see them until they get back to their normal, whatever that is. Right? I don't want to see them when they feel like they can beat anybody. Right? Because I still feel like our team still has things to figure out. B. Willis says, it's a lot of old players that can help the league. Free 44 all day. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, man. What other questions y'all got? Y'all, that's all y'all got? Come on, chat. What else y'all got? All right. So okay. So if we beat Milwaukee, if the Knicks beat Milwaukee on their floor when they're healthy and we're not, who's to say that when we see them in the second round, we can't be competitive with them in a second round playoff series? Say, for instance, the Knicks get, let me look at the standings right now. So right now, the Knicks are the 4 seed. Right? The Knicks are the 4 seed. That means if the playoffs start today, we play Cleveland. The first 2 games are in Madison Square Garden. Hey, the post is still back there, man. They still back there. I'm just using the imaginary screen thing to block them out. But you should see them up out right where the piano is. Occasionally, Richard Pryor will peek through there. So, yeah. I'm gonna assume that the first round of the playoffs is gonna be. I'm gonna assume the first round of the playoffs is gonna be Atlanta versus Boston. I think Atlanta is gonna beat Miami in the playoffs. That in the play-in. That's what I think. I may be wrong. If you judge me on it, it's cool. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I mean, we all have our separate, our individual opinions and things of that sort. Jarvis said, "I believe the Knicks can be competitive against the Bucks. In a playoff series, the Bucks' Achilles is elite guard play, and they can be beat." Amen, brother. Amen. I'm with you. What I'd like to do though, in a perfect world, perfect Knicks scenario, I would like our playoff series to be Cleveland or Orlando, either. I don't care. I don't care. Right now, if we win, we would play Boston in the second round. I would love to get that 3 seed. Right? I would love to get that 3 seed and play in that 2-3 matchup. I would rather the Knicks and Indiana in the first round. Yeah, let's do it like this. The Knicks versus Indiana in the first round. Right? And then the Knicks versus Bucks or Sixers in the second round. I feel like we can beat either. And then Boston in the conference finals. That's my ideal scenario. That's my ideal scenario. But at the same time, what I would prefer even more than that is just get guys healthy and nobody gets hurt. Nobody move, nobody get hurt. And Willis asked the question, who you think should play more? Deuce. I would love to see a Deuce and Precious combination. I would love to see a Deuce and Precious combination. And Tadaf says, who knows? Boston might not make it that far. Crazy things have happened. Yeah. Honestly, if I think Boston's worst nightmare is Miami in that 8 seed. I think Boston legit does not want to see Miami in that 8 spot. I think they don't want to see that. I don't think they want to see that. Boston's a talented team. Boston is one heck of a team. And to be honest, I think if Miami were to beat Boston in that 1-8 matchup, it would fuel speculation all summer. It would fuel speculation all summer. Oh, who's Boston going to trade this offseason? Yeah. And ironically, the Knicks, on the other hand, if the Knicks lose earlier than expected, I can't see the Knicks making a major move. I think the Knicks would probably insulate themselves, bring back some guys, get them healthy, and maybe add around the fringes. Maybe add a guy so Josh Hart and Dante don't have to play 40 minutes. Right? Maybe add a Mikal Bridges type of player. Not Mikal Bridges. Now, that's not what I'm saying. But that type of player, like a defensive, athletic 2/3/4 that could that could come off the bench behind OG Anunoby, where guys don't have to play 40 minutes a night. And Jarvis says, facts, because went all in this year. Boston went all in this year. It would be a major letdown for them. Indeed, it would be a major letdown for them, especially if it's not injury related. See, if it's injury related, they can buy time, but if it's just talent, nah, they're gonna blow that thing up. All right, everybody, that's all I got. I'm going to get out of here. It's going to be a busy week this week. I will see y'all in the morning around 9 a.m. Thank you to all the members of the channel. Thank you for everybody that support. So we're going to try to get in about 13 shows in the next 5 days. That's going to be crazy. We're going to try to get in about 13 shows. So y'all stay tuned. And keep checking for us, man. And we'll keep looking for y'all, man. Thank y'all for rocking. Peace.